Hello, mate.
Hello, how's it going?
All right, episode 6.
Episode 6. We are here.
And Father's Day.
Absolutely.
Happy Father's Day, mate.
Thank you very much.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
Nice.
Look at that. Lydia has a matching T-shirt. Well, not matching. Hers says daughter. Thank goodness it says established 2021.
Mate, that's brilliant.
Otherwise, I'd just be walking around with
Just
a T-shirt that
daddy.
says daddy.
Mate, I like it.
Puerto Rican pape vibes, but yeah.
What are Father's Days like for you, mate?
They're different, aren't they? Let's be honest, they're different.
Yeah.
I tend to find, like, obviously she's, four now. So it's more of a recognition from your partner as opposed to your daughter.
Actually, that's
and
really
child
good.
Going out. It's different, isn't it?
That's a really good point.
So it's like a nod from your partner going, all right, we'll keep you another year.
Yeah.
You're doing all right.
You're doing all right.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just
Yeah.
We've talked about this before. Non-verbal, you don't get the same kind of thing. Or go wish your dad a happy Father's Day. There's not that kind of comprehension. Or
they're not aware that it's Father's Day anymore.
You don't get to hear the 3 words that you want to hear.
No.
You know,
and
that sort of thing.
And again, that's about us, isn't it?
Yeah,
again, it's about us.
Massively.
It's the same as
it's about us.
It's the same as Christmas Day.
Yeah.
They're not aware of that. They're not aware of Father's Day. It's just for us, selfishly, we just want to hear it. Or I used to. I mean, it doesn't mean anything anymore. As
I've noticed, I'm just like, I'm accepting it more. It's not going to happen. Don't beat yourself up too much about it. But before we came here, we took her to Little Rascals. I've got to say this properly because I've been saying I'm taking my daughter to Dirty Rascals.
Have you?
And it sounds like I'm just going, we're going to Dirty Rascals, like some sort of strip joint in Birmingham, something like that. Yeah. And they're like, why are you taking your daughter there? But no, Little Rascals, and she absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah,
so, it was
Little Rascals it's a Shrewsbury business, isn't it? And
it is, and they do Zen sessions Sunday mornings. And they've got a sensory room in there, which is great. Loads of kind of projectors, lights, all those sort of things there. Different sort of materials to touch and textures to stand on. I think it's owned by Dave Edwards.
It is, yeah.
Football
player,
ex-Premier League footballer.
Yeah.
So fair play, doing a good job there.
Yeah, it's a really nice setup. I think they've got another one as well. It's in the town. It's at the bottom of the Charles Darwin Centre. It's
I know, yeah.
Yeah, so there's like a little mini version that's down there.
Fantastic.
But yeah, they're really good. I mean, I think a lot of play barns, like soft plays, are taking up the Sen thing, aren't they? But unfortunately, it's great that they do it, but from a business perspective, they put them on at times where they're quiet.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, but I really don't want to take my, autistic kid.
Where's that 1 o'clock
to a
to
Sen
3 o'clock session?
Exactly. Yeah. I really don't want to take him at 7 o'clock in the evening on a Friday, or
no.
First thing in the morning on a Sunday. But
well, we were up anyway, so
I'm sure you were.
It's a good one. And the other nice thing about it is they don't charge adults.
Oh,
entering.
That's good.
Not saying anything.
That's a novel. It's a novel idea.
If you watched the previous episode, you know what I'm going on about. But yeah, how's your day been so far?
Mate, good. I'm very hungover.
Yes, I have seen a picture of
Mish.
Mish.
I went. Sorry, Mish. I did show him a picture of you face down on the bathroom floor. Great night. Obviously, it doesn't happen very often, but we've for a long time we've built up the ability for Thomas to stay at my parents', and he actually stayed Friday night and last night.
Wow.
Which, he's never done it before. We were a little bit like, how's this going to go? Because if we've ever left him anywhere overnight, we've always come back the next day and he knows we're going. So whether there was an expectation for him, again, we can't communicate. They can't say, we could communicate with cards. How do you communicate with a card? You're here one more night. You're here one more night. Mummy and Daddy are going to be coming to get you tomorrow. Yeah. So we were like, how's this going to go? And in true autistic fashion, it's like we don't exist. It's probably, when I go to pick him up today, he's probably going to be like, oh, it's you. So
hopefully it is like that.
Which is actually great. So,
So with him, obviously, 2 nights away. The previous episode, we talked about sleep and that use of the light that you guys have as well. Did he have to do something similar when staying here, or was it because it's different environment, different rules?
Totally different rules, and slightly grandparents being grandparents,
Yeah.
they kind of let him get away with murder.
Standard.
So same with the autistic kid as it is with the typical kid. Grandparents just kind of let him do what he wants, which means he probably stayed up till God knows when, playing with his toys. The other thing I didn't actually mention as well last time, which is really important, is he goes to bed with his phone to watch. I know Lydia likes watching Hey Dougie and stuff.
Yeah.
He has a phone where he watches. What's his thing at the minute? Traffic signs. I showed you, didn't I? So
absolutely.
Essentially, he's got this thing. That's why when he goes out in the car, he really likes. He just watches traffic signs get past. He looks at the front of them, and then looks at the back as it's gone. So he's got a big thing about traffic signs. He's got a rules of the road manual, which he's going through at the moment. It's ridiculous. It's so weird that my 17-year-old has like just recently passed his theory test, and then I come down the stairs, my 5-year-old is sitting there
I give the
reading
tests.
basically the same book.
Goodness me.
Which
You know,
is
this
funny.
is a really bizarre conversation. If you haven't got like a neurodiverse
Oh yeah, like
kid, you just be
Yeah.
listening and going, "What on earth?" Is
anybody
going on
watching this is going to be like, "Oh yeah, I get that." Whether it's that thing or it's something similar.
Everyone
they're
else
like,
is
"Oh,
getting the Disney books, and you're
Exactly.
like, "No, here's the highway code."
Yeah, and he's doing that. So anyway, so he's got his phone and he's found a YouTube channel of some guy that talks about, essentially it's an instructional for a theory test.
Yeah.
And he just watches this on his phone. Anyway, I am going completely the long way around here. The whole point is he goes to bed, and one of the parts of the routine is on iPhones you can set the screen time.
Yeah.
When he goes to bed, he's got 15 minutes screen time, and that then turns off automatically, and he just and he knows. He used to get, again, really upset. Now that's his trigger to, all right, my phone ain't coming back on.
Yeah.
This is kind of time to go to sleep, fly. So we do that there as well. Now, I know they probably, when it goes, so what will happen on an iPhone, he'll just randomly press all the buttons when it's gone off.
Yeah.
And we'll often get a text message that comes through saying Thomas is asking for more screen time. Now we know he hasn't gone like an actual set of text message. It's just this automatic thing that comes through, and it sends a text saying Thomas is asking for more screen time, and we're like, hey, Thomas wants more screen time. We don't give it him. His grandparents probably do.
Yeah.
They probably go, yeah, go on, because you can do it from your phone.
Yeah.
So I'll see when I get there. He's probably going to be quite shattered, but that is why he can do so well there, because he can just basically stay awake and be on his phone and play with his toys till God knows when. But when he's at ours, it doesn't affect the routine at ours, because the location triggers him into mum and dad, proper routine. Your teeth are getting brushed and you are going to bed, so he kind of gets used to it.
It's nice though.
Yeah,
like
it's
a
really
bit,
nice.
Bit of difference rather than the same every day. Yeah. Like there's Lydia this morning. We got tagged in a post. I think it was from Neurospice Apparel.
Oh yeah.
And it was like a thing for Father's Day. So it was like, here's some discount codes for the apparel. But the video was a James Brown song.
Right.
It just goes. It starts off like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it kicks in with all this like bass guitar and everything else like that. I put it on. Lydia was just like, "What's this?" And then I had to put it on repeat. So we spent the whole morning just having James Brown, the intro on James Brown's song, just on repeat.
Yeah.
And then I went downstairs. I thought I'll play it again. She was just doing her thing, and then James Brown kicked off, and then she was like, boom, straight back in the room, like running towards me, wanting to listen to it. So
No way. And what did she do? Just look at the screen?
she was just looking at the screen and just started stimming along to
Yeah.
the beat. So it looks like she's actually just like rocking out to James Brown.
No way.
Yeah.
Did she listen to a lot of stuff on repeat?
No, not really.
No.
It's just like a lot of people have said, obviously, we've got to watch the intro to this, or we've got to watch this one episode on repeat. Lydia's never been like, I'll put it on.
No.
I don't know. We've always kind of allowed things to go, but I don't know. I think it's just that beat and the hearing the bass guitar and everything else. She's just like, oh, this is good.
Has she got an iPad or an iPhone or anything like that?
We've got her an iPad.
Yeah.
It was a Christmas present. And we've got an iPad mini. I think I spoke to you about like how do we lock the screen and stop her like changing the thing.
Yeah.
We've got that. She's not asked.
Is she not?
She's not asked.
Oh, mate,
She's
that's
just
great.
like-
I said it's great.
Yeah,
either way.
because we thought, oh, we'll need it for when we go out.
Yeah.
So we'll get it, and but maybe because we just don't go out, so we've not had to use it as much. But No, she's happy just like running between the dining room and living room, doing various things and popping her head back in. We've got one of those kind of massive Alexas with a screen on it. So we've got that in the dining room just on a stand. So sometimes we'll put things on there and she'll have a quick like glance over. But when she's tired and when she's like getting a bit narky, then it's like on the sofa, put the screen on, put your favourite thing on. It just comforts her. But yeah, I think we've just got it for when we do venture out, and we can charge it up and bring it with us.
That's probably not a bad thing either, because because there'll be a novelty to it then, where it'll probably mean more because she doesn't have access to it quite as often. I mean, Thomas has one or the other all the time. Yeah. I mean, God, I was asking about repetition and stuff. But you just talked about obviously not going out. We'll touch on that in a minute. He has there's a video on YouTube which is, I don't know who makes these. It's the Netflix intro, which is about 3 seconds long. It goes da-dun, that
on
repeat. It is.
Oh my God!
When we were dropping it off at my mum's on Friday, that's all we had all the way to the street. It was like half an hour drive of da-dun, da-dun, and we're just like, oh my God.
So, here's another point. We're going off. This is just us rambling at the moment.
I like it when we do this.
Yeah, buckle in, guys. But I was saying to Selena, like, we had a spell where, Selena was like getting up at like midnight and she wasn't going back down till like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And it was just like, this is when I had, we have to put something on there just to calm her down in those days. And I just remember saying to Selena, I said, fuck ear defenders for kids. We need them for parents. She started laughing. No, you can buy them for parents. I was, what? She goes, no, there's parents of autistic kids that will just have headphones and stuff like that and just wear them so they don't have to listen to this constant like,
that's a great idea,
sort of thing. I was like, oh my God, so it's an actual thing. You can just like wander around the house with these on.
That makes sense. Mish and I often walk around the house like shouting at each other, and we can't hear each other because we've got our AirPods in.
Yeah.
Because we just tried to block out whatever it is that Thomas is listening to, and it just means there's just people wandering around the house that can't hear each other.
I say, like I said to Selena as well, the other thing that's confusing me at the moment, we're starting this autism journey, and I know there's a lot of kids that wear the ear defenders when they're out and about. Now there seems to be a craze for lots of people wearing big headphones again.
Yeah, I think everyone's autistic.
Yeah, so I'm walking around going, oh my God, I'm noticing it more. It's like the Sixth Sense. Oh, I can see dead people everywhere. I can see autistic people, and they're like, no, big headphones are back in.
It's just
the
trend.
What?
Yeah,
that's like I'm just starting to get my head round it. Yeah, and now you're saying that everybody's wearing big headphones and everything else like that.
We tried using ear defense for Thomas because he does a lot of this, covering his ears. Things are loud, and he can't.
He's uncomfortable.
He's just like, nah, because he doesn't like it on his head. He's okay with his touching his ears now. He never used to be. We've kind of desensitized into that by just constantly doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can't get him to get any. And I'm just like, mate, if you could just hack it, I think you'd love it.
Yeah.
You'd have the sounds you do want and block out the sounds you don't.
Else out. Yeah.
But maybe when he's a bit older.
Yeah.
And also, like the ones that you get, they look massive on his tiny little head. Like they're just a little bit oversized.
Just a tree surgeon.
Exactly. Yeah. And they do, and that's the things. They are like
proper ear defenders.
They are proper ear defenders.
Cancelling out the noise.
Yeah. Mate, you were going to touching on the fact that you don't go anywhere.
Yes.
That might be quite an interesting topic. The reasons. What I mean, we both do and don't.
I mean, obviously we go places, but I think as a family, when I say family, when it comes to taking Lydia out, it's. This is a big thing with Selena. Like, she on the way to Little Rascals, not Dirty Rascals.
Yep.
She was saying we used to like to go for a little drink, pre-Lydia.
Yeah.
Sit in a beer garden. Nice sunny day. We've got nothing to do. Let's go to a beer garden and just have a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
And good old chin wagon, whatever like that. We've got Lydia now, and she's saying to me the amount of places that say they've got not a soft play, like a play area for kids. A lot of them aren't fenced in.
Oh, okay.
So there's like, she was giving me an example of a couple around streets because they can escape that way, they can escape that way, straight into the car park, everything else like that. And she was saying things along those lines. But it just goes back to the maybe it's in our heads, but we build up that stress level of what could possibly happen.
Yeah.
And is it worth?
Yeah.
That kind of balance, that reward versus risk sort of aspect of it. It's like, do we go out? Do we do this? And we touched upon it last episode. there's been times we've done it, it's absolutely worked, and it's given us then a bit of confidence to do it again. But then next time you go out, it can be an absolute shit show.
Yeah.
And you're just back to.
And it's hard. I think when it goes wrong, especially when it goes horribly wrong, that outweighs the perceived good that might have come from it if it went well. But when it does go well, and you know you can do it again, and sometimes it's the things you've learned. So if it does go well, you know why it went well, because then you could go, we brought this with us. I mean, that's the other thing. Like with going out, it's like being these preppers you have, these like the doomsday preppers. It's like you're a doomsday prepper, because you have to plan and pack for every eventuality. Like nappies for like a 5-year-old. You need loads.
You literally walking out of the house like clothes. A Sherpa about to go up the Himalayas. It's like nappies, because they're still in nappies. We need to bring the bottle, we need to bring milk with us, we need to bring a range of snacks, we need to bring something to keep her entertained. Everything else, because she doesn't like to walk very far, it's like, do we bring the reins? Do we need to try and bring a pram? We're only just popping around M&S.
That's it.
We're just not. All we want to do is pop into town to look at a few things, and we're not like going out for a picnic or anything. This is just like, no, we want to leave the house and take Lydia with us. It's not like, oh, we'll just jump in a car and we'll go there.
And there's the things, even like the things when we go, so if we go somewhere for the day, the main thing we do now is drive to the seaside. Because it's the only thing that we can do where it's a big open enough space that he's not going to get any negative interactions with any other typical kids. He'll enjoy it. He loves the wind. Like when he's outside and the wind's hitting him.
North Wales is ideal then,
mate. That's what we just drive to Wales, and it's almost. I mean, and we're probably there half an hour. So we because we drive all the way there for half an hour of him just loving it and experiencing the wind and all the sensory stuff he's getting from that, and then we drive back. But now we used to be like, what a ball ache. Now we genuinely go, that was a great day. Even though we did a 2.5 hour drive for a half-hour experience. I'll say 2.5, 5-hour total drive for, for a half-hour experience. And but even when, like last time we did that, we were walking back to the car. He didn't want to go back, so it was like this. He wanted to cross the road, so we started like absconding essentially. He was like running for the road, so Mish was walking back with all the luggage that we've brought out. Like when we go to the seaside, we're bringing blankets and cushions and pillows to sit on the bench
for half an hour.
Exactly. So then he's running across the road. I'm legging it down the other side of the road because I'm hoping he's tricked into not realising we are heading back to the car. So Mish is taking all the luggage and stuff back to the car. He's running across the road. I'm chasing him, and then we're running back up the path, almost in the hope that whatever it is he's trying to get out of his system will be gone by the time we get to the car and cross over. And you're like, okay, hopefully by the time we get back to the car, he'll be okay to get in the car. Otherwise, it's a potential meltdown. And it's just like...
And a 2.5 hour journey home.
And that, it's like, and now I'm stuck in the car for 2.5 hours.
And you just, like, for neurotypical parents, the idea of driving 5 hours there and back for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes somewhere... is completely crazy. You're like, well, that's absolutely, why would I drive that far just for half an hour? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But it makes sense in this world.
Totally.
But then at the same time, you've got this kind of, like, you need to do things so you're not missing out on
you
stuff.
To do something.
You've got to try and do something. Whether it is, like you say, just nipping out, or whether it's planned visits somewhere like that, because otherwise you can just spend those important years that you don't get back. You still want for yourself personally as well. You want some memories
and some photos.
We want some photos of us doing something rather than just sat in the house or in the garden.
That's it. And you said then, like, it's a lot of typical parents would be like, well, that's not worth doing. And it's not only that it makes sense for us to do it, it's worth doing. Like that half an hour, it was worth it for that half an hour. I mean, like Mish is even, we said last week, there was times where, like, if I don't want to take a risk with doing something and Mish is like, well, I'm doing it, then we don't fall out about it. She just goes, well, do you mind if I go? And I'm like, absolutely not. Like, if you want to go, so it might be because I'm working and it's the school holidays, and she'll go and take him to do something, but like, she'll normally still take someone with her if she can, whether it's either my mum or her mum. But even that person, whoever that person is, they're like a caddy. They're like this. They're like this person that's just carrying the stuff for them, so that she can cope. And it's just all like recommendations, you know. Cool. Can I a bit like a caddy would?
Yeah, no, like, it is. Caddy's probably the right word, isn't it?
It's like having a caddy to give your kids some kind of an experience. But even, I mean, Mish has tried it on her own, and she's had times where she's needed to change change his nappy.
Yeah.
But he's never experienced a public toilet before, so she can't get him in the public toilet. So she's like in the middle of the path, in the middle of this like thing, you know. Oh God, like Telford Town Park, they've got like a little theme park thing, haven't they, with rides and stuff. And she's had to like change him in the middle of the path because she can't get him in or worse, if she needs to go to the toilet, she can't get in there because he won't go in. She one time she had to wee in a coffee cup in the car because she couldn't get into the public toilet because he wouldn't go.
Yeah.
How many parents are doing? I bet there's thousands.
Yeah.
Parents that are having to do this stuff, like mums especially, if dads are at work or for whatever reason they're on their own and they want to give their kid an experience, and they're doing things like weeing in a coffee cup.
It's like Lydia. She like, we noticed about a year ago, she suddenly had this thing about enclosed spaces, so we couldn't take her into a cubicle. It just like, because it was such a small space, she just went meltdown.
Oh really?
Meltdown. Like,
did that just come out of nowhere?
Just out of nowhere. Yeah. We took her to a pharmacist. And he said, "Oh no, bring her in for a consultation." I was like, "Mate, this is a closed off box room." He's like, "Oh no, it's fine." I said, "My daughter's autistic." He's like, "No, bring her in." As soon as I closed the door, meltdown. I was just like, "Right, so how's this consultation going to work, bud?" Yeah. He's like, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah, I did say before I came in."
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, okay." And he's trying to do this, and she's like completely flipping out.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had a few. We've got a GP that. He'll very often come out because Thomas, like, he knows when he's going to the doctors. He doesn't like getting poked and prodded. And the doctor now comes out to the car.
Yeah.
We've even got a different location that we go to. So that this doctor's in Pontesbury and Shrewsbury. They actually work out 2 different locations. He knows the one, hates it. So whenever he gets booked in, we request the other location because I think it's because it's a bit more of a drive. He's like, "Are we going there or are we going somewhere else?" Oh, yeah. Or the other one, you go past there to go to Shrewsbury. So against the expectation thing, you go on that road.
Yeah. He
thinks he's going to Shrewsbury, and then you hang a left into the car park of the doctors, you know, and he flips out. But they'll often come out to the car and
that's really good though, isn't it?
It's so good. It's so good. He's still kicking off.
Yeah.
But one thing, he's in his car seat.
Yeah, he's
strapped into his car seat. He can't go anywhere. Yeah. If they want to check his temperature in his ear,
cool.
Bang, easy. Why? I don't know why they can't do that.
Yeah.
Like this guy does
thinking outside the box.
Exactly. It's making his life easier.
Yeah.
Like that guy that you were just saying then, he would have made his life a hell of a lot easier had he just listened to you and not made that situation.
It didn't need to be in a room. No. It wasn't like it was just like, I need a bit of advice because of this.
Yeah.
Standard stuff, so we can get some medicine or some recommendations. It was just like over the counter stuff. He was like, no, come in this room. It's like, mate, have you never met an autistic person before?
No.
Clearly not.
No.
Oh, how did you think it was going to go?
Yeah.
Come on.
You guys are planning a holiday soon as well, aren't you? Speaking of going out and doing stuff.
Yeah. We've decided to put all the cards on the table, go all in,
mate. Fair play.
And head to Cyprus next year. So it's going to be fun, isn't it? It's going to be fun. I think I said before.
Yeah.
I am not nervous about the holiday. I've got my mum's from Cyprus. I've got family across there, so it's nice. It's nice to go over, and they've all been saying, "When's Lydia coming over? When's Lydia coming over? We want to meet her. So we said, right, let's do it. 1st of April, we're going to fly out there, and we're going to experience it. I'm certain when we're there, Lydia's going to love it.
Yeah,
she loves the outdoors. She's absolutely fanatical about water. So those kiddie swimming pools, it'll be a struggle to get her out of it. It'll be one of those sort
if anything,
the beach, the sand. She's a sensory seeker. She'll love all that side of things there. It is going through the airport, and most importantly, that flight.
Yeah.
That flight is the thing that, this watch here, my stress level, it'll be telling me to take a break and all this sort of stuff. The stress levels will go through the roof. It's just like, because it's the unknown again.
Yeah. That's the same with me when we talked about like one partner wanting to, one parent wanting to and the other not. Mish is like, let's take him abroad. And I'm like, let's fucking not.
Yeah.
Because I just think of that plane journey, him wanting to get out of his seat, walk up and down the aisle.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think the takeoff, because he's like a thrill seeker.
Yeah.
The takeoff, I would love to see that. Like, so that's the one thing I'm like, yeah, that's going to be wicked. He's going to go, what the fucking hell is going on?
What is this?
This is insane.
Yeah.
But then once it's up, I'm worried about his ears popping.
Yeah, that's the other thing that's
ears popping.
Worrying, and her not, and the kids not being able to go, what's this about?
Yeah.
And because you can't go to them. No, you're probably going to have about 5-10 minutes of it being a bit sore. Then when we're
hold
up
your
there,
nose and
it'll be absolutely fine. Can't do any of that.
No.
I'm just going to have them going, what is this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that.
I can't communicate that.
No.
I can't get a picture going, your ear is going to be sore for 5 to 10 minutes.
Or prepare them beforehand. Like, listen, mate, when we take off, your ears are going to pop. All right, yeah, cheers, Dad.
Yeah.
Like, none of that.
None of that. And then I can't explain, no, we have to stay in this little seat and this thing with all these other people for 4 hours or so. And then your ears will pop again, and it'll be really hot. And then we need to get a taxi transfer to a hotel. I can't go.
No, there's no way of prepping all that.
Because we've never done it before. I can't go, oh, remember a couple of years ago, we
That's
got the photos.
That's really good,
This is where we're going again. Yeah, because it's the first one, I know it's going to be particularly difficult, but hopefully we get through that.
Yeah.
There might be a bit of a memory going, we went through this, but then we had these photos of having an amazing time in the
that's it.
pool.
If you've got the end result, there might be an assumption of, to get that end result, we did all these other things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool, that's fine, I'll do that.
Yeah.
That's my. I mean, we keep thinking like, okay, should we do a little test flight like up to Scotland, and back in the same day, just so that we can. Okay, that was like a half-hour trip.
Yeah, we'll go to Edinburgh.
Yeah, exactly. That's something we're thinking of trying.
That might be quite good.
But again, I think when he's there, he'll love it. He'll love wherever we go. Loves water, the same as Lydia. But yeah, it's just that. And I'm just like shitting myself about that, just taking that little leap. But we need to, because again, he needs to have experiences, and we've got to push these things.
It, and you still need to do stuff as a family.
And once you do it once, again, like everything, once you do it once, then
this is it.
Then it's done, and you know how it works and what not to do, the mistakes you made, what not to do again.
Yeah, the mistakes you make. Yeah, that's the key thing. It's like, maybe I should have done this at the airport.
Yeah,
and next time we need to book the flights.
Yeah,
so there are a certain time
exactly
when we know that she'll be sleepy.
But the first time you haven't got anything, so you know there's going to be mistakes.
No,
and you know you've got shit to learn from.
And then it's like working out what destinations are good for autists, like Dubai at the moment, or Dubai.
Yeah.
They're obviously pushing the autistic side of things.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Yeah, really. Like the airlines are being certified. The kind of region seems to be making everybody trained in kind of how to deal with autistic people.
Yeah.
So you kind of think, well, if we can nail that, do we then try that place as a location where everyone's kind of trained and aware of it and really pushing it? So
I think I saw somebody the other day. They sent us some photos of like an identity card.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that was an identity card that people that are autistic would have on their person, and then if anybody...
Yeah, so you have you got the sunflower lanyard.
Yeah.
But then you can get different ones that specifically say, like, I'm non-verbal, or I'm autistic, or...
I struggle with this, and I struggle with
it. So I know with the lanyard, the sunflower one, you can write it on the back and everything else. But there's other things that you can get, and
this looked like it was one. Was it like if the police found it or something? It looked like an official. It looked really good. Yeah, really good idea.
We've got like in Selena's car, the seatbelt that goes across Lydia. Yeah, we bought Selena bought one of those with the poppers. You can put it round the seatbelt.
Yeah.
And it says there, I'm autistic and non-verbal.
Oh, in case there was an accident.
I was like, in case there is an accident, and God forbid something, one of the parents is
that's
out,
a great
out of the thing. When the services come and they're trying to go, oh, have you got any injuries? Where does it hurt? It will just say, like, non-verbal.
That's really good. Actually,
so again, it's weird things as a.
What?
I don't know. I know this wasn't crossing my mind before Lydia came about. It's completely different stuff that you've now got to like.
Yeah. When's the last time you guys were able to like do anything? I mean, it may be never like do something like we went to a wedding last night. Like, when's the last time you guys were able to leave Lydia and just let loose, the pair of you? Have you ever been able to do that?
Let loose.
Yeah, like be able to have your wife, face down on the bathroom floor because she was so pissed on prosecco, like Mish was last night.
No, she was face down on the bathroom floor Christmas Day night. But I think that was just when her family gets together. There's a bit of a party sometimes. But together as a couple, I can't remember.
You can't even remember? No.
I think it was before Lydia was born.
Yeah. And that's the reality for most people.
The last time we probably went out, had a blowout.
Yeah.
Get it all in.
Yeah, because I think a lot of parents have done, because we did until recently, where we'd go and do something, but Thomas would be at home, somebody would be babysitting at home, but we'd still be coming back, and then we'd be waking up in the morning with him.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to let loose because you'd be too hungover. He'd be waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and you've still got to deal with him.
Yeah, I think we do things like, say do things. My God, it's like once a year we'll go away for a night.
Yeah.
It's right. The furthest we go, it's not even far. It's like we went to Wilmslow.
Right.
We were just in the hotel there and just went around the town one evening.
Where does Lydia stay then?
She has Selena's mum will come in.
Yeah. So she comes to the house.
The house is easier.
Yeah.
And then even my parents will come in the morning and take over until we get there.
Yeah.
But even then, we go out and we have a bite to eat and we'll have a couple of drinks, but it's not. It's still very civilized.
Yeah.
You can still
and you're not relaxing, are you? Because you're checking your phone.
Yeah.
And you're going, everything okay?
You're remembering, we need to get up in the morning, make sure we're back by a certain time.
Yeah.
So it's always in the back of your mind, we've got a bit of freedom.
Yeah.
But it's not the freedom to actually go, let's I don't know, fall flat on our face and get absolutely
and we're
steaming drunk.
We're still constantly everything okay? Yeah. Everything okay?
But I guess other parents are probably with neurotypical kids say, oh no, we do that as well. But no, I think last time was before Lydia was born, basically.
Yeah. No, I can understand that totally.
And that's probably why Lydia's here. So yeah, but saying that, we've got a night away in July. We're off to see Stereophonics.
Yeah, we're going as well, aren't we? Yeah.
It turns
That's
out,
a weird coincidence.
We'll but yeah, we'll go there and hopefully have a good time and everything else like that. Again, it's just the expectation of what a good time is just changes a little bit.
Exactly. You still have a good time.
You still have a good time. It's nice to do stuff. You get really good experiences and but yeah, there's that always in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, is there another half term coming up soon? No.
I think so.
I know we've just had one.
But it must be the end of term.
Summer holidays are going to be here soon.
Yeah, only a couple of weeks away.
We had, and this is Mish dreads the summer holidays because it's 6 weeks of what am I going to do with this kid?
Yeah.
And it very much ends up being drive to the seaside, go to her mum's the next day, go to my mum's the next day, then a day at home, and then repeat. There's very much this pattern. We got a couple of years ago. We bought this, and this was it was probably £300. But again, we don't necessarily get Thomas Christmas and birthday presents.
Yeah.
For the sake of getting them, because he doesn't understand it's his birthday or that it's Christmas.
Tends to be something functional.
Yeah, exactly. So we will almost just save this money up, and if anyone wants to get him something, it's just stick the money in this pot. And so we ended up buying. It's been an absolute godsend. Right, it's this blow up slide thing essentially.
Yeah,
you get these you get the pumps.
Yeah,
that are a bit like the ones you'd have on a bouncy castle. They're constantly on, just constantly blowing air.
Yeah,
right. It's one of those. It blows up this slide with a climbing frame. I mean, it's probably the width of this office, right? Of this room.
Right,
It's
okay.
pretty, like that. It's massive.
Yeah.
But in an emergency, when he's kicking off and he wants to go somewhere, Mish can it's like an Uno trump card. She'll just pull that out, and he's like, "Oh shit, yeah."
Okay.
So it's not always out because then the novelty would wear off.
Yeah.
A bit like we were talking about with the iPad earlier. But it's this thing where she can pull this reverse Uno card, and if she can't go anywhere, it's like, cool, the big gun's coming out, and she can just go out in the shed, stick it all in, it blows up in 15 seconds, and he is just, that's it, he's on it for ages.
Oh,
so it's just like this it's the best thing in the world. It was expensive, but again, it was just saved up. We just got everybody just to pool all the money together, because that thing actually has value, rather than people that just get things just for the sake of getting things. And you know, it's like when people say, like, what can I get for Lydia? You're probably like,
Yeah, and I think we found it difficult to say because this is how we got the iPad Mini. Was like, we'll just collect everyone's money together.
Yep.
But yeah, it felt really bad just going to people. Just, you know what? Just don't waste your money.
Yeah, because it is.
Because you're kind of wasting your money. There's no point getting her a trike or getting her dolls or getting her a little pram to push. Unfortunately, it's a lovely sentiment, idea, but she's getting nothing out of it.
No.
So you're wasting your money. So we just tend to say, look, these are the clothes that would be good if anybody wants to get us something.
Yeah.
This is what we're short on, or we're short on PJ.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just give us the cold hard cash.
Yeah.
We'll put it together, and when we know she needs something, then boom, we'll go and get her that.
And there's always this thing where people think with autism, what they're into. And,
yeah.
And it is not necessarily like into anything.
Yeah.
He's into like letters and shapes. I mean, luckily at the moment, the things he's into are like real cheap. It's just like a plastic container of letters.
Yeah.
Like, the kid can probably spell. Yeah. Like, he's so into letters. I wouldn't be surprised if he could spell, and we're just completely super unaware of it, or read at least. He's really easy to buy for. But if you were to say, just get him, like, people want to spend, like, grandparents tend to want to spend 50, 100 quid on something. Like, what shall I get him? Just get him a box of letters. Like, I'm a child, about 3 quid from Home Bargains.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
And these are the things that Mish will often buy them as like a backup. Like, if we're having trouble getting into bed some nights, it'd be like, okay, I'm going to pull that out. He's going to love this. And she shows him this thing, and he's like, holy shit, a new box of letters or a new box of numbers.
Yeah.
And he loses his mind for it. But those aren't the kind of things people want to buy as presents.
No, because they just feel like they're not special enough for
no,
those
exactly,
occasions.
Yeah, that's
and
it,
you're like, no, it's you get more out of this. Like Lydia as well. We've had colouring in books,
really?
pens and brushes.
Yeah.
Like we sat down so many times with Lydia to try and encourage her to like draw, to take a pen and draw and get into any of this. You give her a pen, all she wants to do is bring it to her eye.
Yeah.
And do that. She's not like, oh great, I can add colour here, or I can do this, or I can, get something out of this. Nothing. Again, jigsaws, kids' jigsaws. Nothing. She'll just take the wooden piece away and just want to drop it, or do this.
Yeah.
It's like trying to explain to her to do these side of things. And again, we must have spent a fortune on trying different things.
Yeah, we did early on, definitely.
And we end up just going, like, we're running out of room. We just need to box these up and just like go on Facebook and say, does anybody want some children's toys that have not been used?
No. Oh my, do you know what? You forget all the stuff you did early on. So like since we've kind of got a grip of managing Thomas's autism, his behaviours, we forgot all the things that it took to get there.
And there's a lot of things.
And like all the things we bought because we thought he'd be interested in them. Like, we bought so much shit.
Yeah. Like,
because it's Christmas, I have to buy him presents.
Yeah.
It's his birthday, I have to buy. We bought all this stuff, and he'd look at it like, I mean, we had a ride on train once. This little train that would go like a track. We bought it second hand, and he'd sit on this train, and it would just go around. Didn't give a shit. What toddler doesn't enjoy sitting on a ride-on train to go around? He couldn't give a stuff.
Yeah,
he was just like
scooters, little bikes.
Yeah, none of that, none of it. So it took a few years. Probably a lot of people listening to this that are at that stage where they're like, I have to buy presents. Like, don't just stop it.
Yeah, it's
don't put pressure on yourself. If they don't care, why do you?
And it's like, you're just like, I can understand why, because like we were doing it. It's almost like you're trying to cast a net in the hope that you just find one thing.
Yes,
just one thing
that
they're interested in. Go, and that is a success. You're like, oh, thank goodness there's something out there.
I found the niche.
Yeah. And honestly, like for me personally, it's like disheartening.
Yeah, it is.
It's like every time you go, oh, let's just try that.
Yeah.
Let's try, shapes in a box. Let's try a wooden jigsaw. Let's try painting. Let's try plasticine. Let's try the foam as well. And all these sort of things. Yeah. Just like your list of things to try just gets smaller and smaller. And you're like, there's literally absolutely nothing. All she's interested in is like, oh, Selena's makeup brush because I can twiddle it and do that. Or there's a ball I can throw. That is it. Honestly, it was almost like the same toys as I would buy a dog.
Yeah.
It's like, there's something that I can just throw and bounce.
And what was weird, we ended up, even when he did have this niche that he was into, which is like shapes, cards, numbers. Like, that's his thing. Loves them. And we've got Tupperware containers on a shelf in his bedroom full of shapes, letters, and numbers. Like, it's all the same shit, but just different sizes or different textures.
Yeah.
And early on, when he was kind of getting into this, we were like, he was clearly into this. It was clearly what he wanted. But like, we were like, well, no, that's not a typical thing to be into. You need to be into cars, and you need to be in... And we try and force all this shit on him.
You need one of those garages that you can put the car at the top.
We were buying so much stuff that we wanted him to like these things. In what scenario do you ever try to get a child to like something specific, unless you're really into football and you want your lad to be a footballer? Like, we were just trying to push him into liking stuff just because we wanted him to like typical things. It was so bizarre. And now you go into his bedroom now, there's just letters, numbers, and fucking shapes everywhere.
Well, I get it, because you just want them to go, please play with something,
mate.
It's like, from my point of view, please just play and show me that you're happy.
Have some imaginative play.
Oh yeah, it doesn't even have to be imaginative. Just show me that you're happy and enjoying yourself. Yeah. But then after a while, you go realize, you go into the Home Bargains. There's like noodles that are different colours. They're just dangly things. Yeah. Like, oh, I can get a pack of 10 for £1. Yeah. That's her favourite toy. I just like all around the house. There are these things. And you're like, well, okay, that's her being happy, isn't it? That's her actually getting some enjoyment. Yeah.
And that's it, they are happy.
Yeah. I didn't realise it would cost thousands of pounds to fucking realise that I just need to be in a Home Bargain to spend £1 to make her happy. Yeah,
exactly. Like, you could buy him a book now. You could buy him a book. If somebody bought him a book with letters and numbers in it, he'd be like all day long. He'd be like, for a whole day, he would just repeatedly go through it. We've got a periodic table.
Have you?
Right? A periodic table framed. I think it's at the top of might be the top of the stairs, or it's in his room, because I had this thing where when he was first into letters, I was like, I know.
Didn't you say in episode 1 someone said he'll be Einstein?
I'm like, kid's autistic, he's into letters, he's going to be a genius, because all autistics are fucking geniuses.
Autistic people are
all of them are geniuses. Yeah. And I'm like, this is how I'm going to bridge that gap. He likes letters. I'm going to get him to stare at a periodic table, because that's covered in letters, and then he's going to become a chemist. Brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah,
job done.
Got it. No, it
didn't work.
Wasn't even interested in the letters on the periodic table. Oh. So like, I had this. I thought, okay, at the very least, he's going to enjoy looking at the letters. He was like, these are the wrong letters. Like, the wrong letters? What do you mean? These are letters. But it just didn't work.
I'm trying to think of other things that made us upset.
Yeah.
I think it's like, I remember before we knew Lydia was autistic, someone had, I can't remember, it was a family member. They bought Selena one of those like cooking sets where they come with a cake spatula and a kiddie spatula and 2 little aprons, one for mummy, one for daughter.
What, for cooking actual, for doing actual baking?
Or we're going to do some cupcakes today, that sort of thing there. I just remember that was in a cupboard for a couple of years, just laying unopened, because the reality was that's not happening with Lydia. And it's just like little things like that you just go, that's not happening. Yeah. That's not happening.
In fact, we've still got did you ever seen those plaster of Paris things where you can like get...
Yes.
You can get like a hand and
yeah.
We've got one of those somewhere that we were supposed to do with him. Yeah. But the idea of putting him through it and holding his hand in there and saying, just hold your hand in it. This is going to be. This is going to be. Yeah, exactly.
It's for you.
Totally for you. It's you keep, all these things are like this. I say selfish for lack of a better word, but they're just selfish things.
Yeah, but they're things that you want as a parent, that you want stuff to look back on. This is why you want the holidays, you want the photos, you want everything else, all these experiences. Because like our focus is on the kids, but it's a fucking awesome thing to be a parent. Yeah. And you want something for you to look back on and go,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. You just want to go, I have some nice memories through all the fucking shit that I've had to go through. These are something, I can remember that. And we do it sometimes. Like we'll look at, we took Lydia to, a couple of years ago, kept on the memories on Facebook. We took her to, is it the Cheshire Ice Cream Factory?
Right.
We took her there. And it was, she got something out of it. It was a really hot day, so they had loads of sprinklers on with water coming out to cool the kids off, and she absolutely loved all that sort of thing. She couldn't give a shit about the ice cream. No. That was the whole purpose of going there. Yeah, but she enjoyed it, and I just remember like looking at the photos, going, "Oh yeah, it was a really good day. I really enjoyed that." Obviously, during the time, there was probably times which were really stressful about it, but the photos came back. I was like, "Oh, that was actually nice."
Yeah,
but I want to have things that I can look back on.
Yeah.
And it's there's a balance between how we navigate that and how we plan doing things like that.
Yeah.
Which are massively different to most families out there.
Yeah, hugely.
And it is, like I said last time, sometimes you need an exit plan as well.
Yeah, you do.
In case it does go south really
definitely
quick.
Do need an exit plan. I think the school help with a lot of stuff as well.
Yeah.
They help with like transitions. Transitions from one activity to the next. Like they do forest school and stuff there. Yeah. So I actually got a Father's Day card as well, which is cool. Yeah, I got a Father's Day card, which is nice because the other thing is when they go to a SEND school, a specialist school, you get it in your head that they're not actually going to be doing activities. Almost like they're not going to learn. You think they're not going to learn anything. They're just going to be like looked after, so that the parents can do what they need to do in the day, and that's like a concern you have. But then little things come back, and you look at the cards, and I'm like, did he actually do that card? But then you go into the class and you see them doing it, and you're like, oh, he did do that card for me.
Oh, that's nice.
So it is nice. They do get them to do these things. Yeah. He didn't write in it, lazy shit. But
all this experience with letters, and you still can't write.
Still can't. It's funny. You just said that. You just said then about the pen. We used to try and get him, like for grandparents and stuff. You'd hold his hand with the pen and try and write his name, and he'd be like trying to let go of it because he was like, I'm not interested in. He's not interested in drawing. You also think that as well. You think he's going to like enjoy. I've just made this mark with this thing, and he doesn't. Now though, you get a card. We've done it so many times. You get a card, give him a pen. He just grabs it, does this, and then gives you the pen back. Yeah. He's like, right, leave me alone. So he knows there's a process. Yeah. When this thing comes out, I'm supposed to do a squiggly line in it, and then hand it back.
Nice. But that's progress.
Yeah, and the thing is, if I get Mish a card for Mother's Day or whatever, or birthday, she knows that he has actually done that. He hasn't written his name, but she knows that's from him.
But you're still getting your head around like it's nice having that, but them understanding the meaning of the actual day or an event. Yeah,
exactly. There is nothing.
It
makes zero sense. He has no idea why he's got to scribble in this card. It doesn't make any sense to him at all.
I've got no kind of understanding yet of why that is and what it would mean to somebody else.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
it's not.
It's that empathy side of it. Am I doing this because it makes someone else feel good? Yeah, there's no understanding of that.
There's a lot of things that we do just to feel good.
Yeah,
and sometimes there's just no need to it, really, is it? It's just like I had a bit of a moan to you beforehand about, again, not to go all Roy Keane on it, but that kind of expression. What was it? Love needs no words.
Oh yeah.
I had a bit of a when you really.
I'd like some though.
Yeah, it's like it's like we've got something that says like on the cup, love means no words. Yeah. It just like a warm blanket just thrown over you. So that's fine. We don't need to discuss it anymore. It's just like there, but. As a dad,
I'd like some words.
No, I'd like some words. I'd like my daughter to turn around and say, "I love you," or
"Love you,
Daddy's
Daddy,"
home, or something like that.
Yeah,
it's kind of, and then I look at those sort of things, and I'm just like, does that take away the struggle? Like, because when you look behind the scenes, there's so much stuff that goes there. But if you're an outsider, and you just see like, "Oh, love needs no words." You're like, "Oh, that's really sweet," and then you just bugger off and forget about it. It's like going to a disabled not to a person in a wheelchair, handing them a cup and go, "You can climb any mountain." It's like, no, I clearly fucking can't, can I, mate? No, but the sentiment's there.
Yeah.
You're like,
legs aren't great.
Yeah, but you can.
I still fucking like a pair that work.
You can reach for the stars. No, mate. I just like.
And
I'm being a bit kind of
I get it.
Negative about it. But I get it. It's like looking at it, going, no, I fucking want my daughter sometimes to turn around and speak. It's one of the hardest things at the stage was like, you finish work and you come home, and like neurotypical kids, Dad's home. There's an excitement.
Yeah.
I walk through the door, not even raising the head to look at me. No acknowledgement or anything else like that. And that took a while to get used to.
Yeah, I still...
so that's why stuff like that sometimes grates me.
Yeah, and I get it. But and the thing is, because the people it's coming from, not people who experience it, and it's people that probably have typical kids, and they've just, but even like when I walk in the house now, I'll always go, hey, hello, Thomas, and he's usually eating, and he'll just kind of side eye me and then carry on, and it's like, okay, cool, but I'll go over and I go, can I have a kiss? And for a kiss, he just leans his head in. So like that's him saying, yeah, go on then, kiss me on the head and then leave me alone, But you kind of have to harden your heart a little bit.
Yeah, massively.
To this, because it's not coming from a bad place.
No, they're not deliberately
they just
avoiding you in that sense.
No, there's just a lack of understanding.
Again, it goes back to you just want that kind of something that feels normal to you as a word. You just want that slight connection.
But, and this is the silver lining in it, is if you had a kid that said it every time you walked in the house, compared to a kid that never says it, at least when I get something off Thomas now, like if I maybe one time in 100 I come in and he'll smile and run over. It makes that one time it happened mean so much more. So I always kind of go, like, I always walk in and I go, hello, mate. And he looks at his side eye and I'm like, okay, well, we'll try again tomorrow. When it happens, it means that much more. So,
absolutely.
It's,
and like, if you're going through this at the start, like, where we were a couple of years ago, it does hurt.
It does massively. It does hurt massively. And you try and force it. And
especially like your winter, it's all dark. You've worked your fucking ass off. You've come home.
Yeah. You just want that.
You just want something, and you're just met with complete kind of like silence, or just like you're not even in the room.
It's exactly that. It's not even a negative. No. It's like a non-existence. It's like you.
Like, have you been somewhere? I've been out.
Yeah. When I go pick him up today, it's gonna be, I'll go, hello, mate, and he'll just be like, oh yeah. Oh, I've not seen you a couple of days, have I? Oh, yeah, okay, cool. It won't be like, oh, daddy.
Yeah, no, there'll be none of that running to arms open or anything else like that. Get in the car now.
But that's probably the hardening your heart is probably the best explanation I can really, the best way of putting it. You have to, otherwise you would just be heartbroken every time you try to have a loving engagement with your child.
Absolutely.
Right, mate. Good, bad, ugly. Have you got any? Hopefully you got some goods. Good,
yeah. I've said for the last couple of weeks there's been a slight change in interaction with Lydia.
Yep.
And it used to, I remember in the early days, like, there'd be zero eye contact with Liddy. Like, she'd just wouldn't even acknowledge you.
You call her Liddy?
Yeah.
That's right. I've never heard you call her Liddy.
Oh, no, yes, yeah. In the house we call her Liddy.
That's nice.
It's just easier to shout at her in the middle of the night. Liddy!
Yeah.
You gotta fucking sleep. No, so now she's gone the other way. She just eyeballs me. It's loud.
Intimidates you.
So like we'll be in the room and like at a weekend, if I know it's a weekend, I just go like a little bit nuts and I'll just be like all the time like pretending to be a character of CBeebies or something like that. Yeah. Constantly like trying to play in her world. And now she'll just start looking at me like that and she'll just follow me around the room.
Is she waiting for you to engage in something?
I think she's like waiting to just like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
What's going on here, funny man?
Yeah,
You're going to entertain me today. You better had. So yeah, there's a bit of that going on.
Yeah.
A lot more kind of giggling, which is nice, like proper hysterics, but in
Belly
context.
Laughing.
In context. We've had the time where she just will sit there and just start laughing to herself. You're like, what?
Just a thought she's had.
What is that thought that you've had? Wouldn't it be funny if I just kept mum and dad up for an entire week?
I would do that.
And just really stress them out. So she's done that. Yesterday, Selena went to a farm shop. Don't judge us. She came back with pork scratchings.
Mega.
They are mega though, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're proper.
Love
good.
a pork scratching.
And Lydia doesn't eat any meat. She's like, vegetarian, vegan by her own choice.
Yeah.
And then she just like nonchalantly just walked up. And we had the bag open, just started helping herself and just walking off crunching these these pork scratchings and then just coming back and then just like just kept eating them. So now we're like, right, great. So she likes drinking my beer, she likes spicy food, she likes pork scratchings. I'm just basically raising a female version of Jeremy Clarkson. That's who I've got living with me in the house. One that doesn't speak but just wants everything else.
That's mega. I mean, pork scratchings, like, people are going to think they're really unhealthy compared to what most people are. Most people are like, pork scratchings, like, it's just fat, protein, and
Salt.
and a lot of salt.
An occasional hair.
A lot of salt, yeah. Might be a hair in there. But there's no chemicals in there.
No, it's natural.
It's natural.
It's natural in that
so,
sense,
mate,
yeah,
it could be far worse than that.
Yeah, so it's...
and if she's not eating any meat, there's a bit of protein in there.
There's a bit of protein, so yeah, we might just have to stock up on Black Country pork scratchings, yeah. So.
Oh, is it Black Country ones?
Yeah,
they are good.
They're the proper stuff, aren't they?
Mega, mate.
How about yourself?
Good, mate. The good is the one I've already said, is the last couple of nights he's had at my parents'. That's like...
Because he was down last week. Well, you said like last week, Misha said he was a bit depressed. Has he kind of come out of himself a bit more this week?
I don't know what that was about.
Yeah.
Again, it was like this, even now, there's no rhyme or reason to it. We haven't come to the bottom of what it was. So he's back on form. Sleeps a bit shit. So this is a bad one now, I suppose. So yeah, he's been staying up because the previous week he was sleeping shit. He was still kind of tired when it came to go to bed because he was at school all day still. So then putting him down, he was kind of overtired at this point. So he was always like getting a bit naggy, and he'd always have to like control the situation. So he'd always like have to we'd brush his teeth, he'd be ready to go, and he'd be like, no, I'm not going. And we'd be like, okay, because like you're very aware of a meltdown. So you're like, okay, well, how are we going to manage this? I'm like, what do you want, mate? And he'd like go downstairs and he'd get his book out to point at something that he wants, and it might be like a tube of Pringles, these like gluten-free Pringles that he has, and it's like, no, you're not having a whole tube of Pringles to go to bed with. So then we're like borderline meltdown. So we're trying to. So then what we've done now is he kept having this for a couple of nights. So what we've now done is we've put in a perception of choice. So we've left things out that we are okay with him having, but we're making it look like we've not left them out for him. So he sees them, clocks them, and he's like, I want that. And we're like, okay. So he's got this perception that he's won this game. So he's like, cool. And he's going to bed with like a little handful of Haribo gold bears. Yeah. He's like, I win. And we're like, yeah, whatever. You think
you haven't seen this lot?
Yeah. We've got like a whole bag in there, mate. For him, he's probably like, oh, they've left them on the side by accident. It's like, no, mate, we left them on the side because we knew you were going to come back downstairs. So that was like a really good way of giving him the perception of a win. Yeah. But still getting him to do the thing we need him to do. So that's what we've been doing the last few nights, and it's worked. Yeah. So yeah, it's this, and I get it. You know, that their lives with this lack of communication, it's very difficult to feel like nothing you do is in your control. Yep. So I fully understand these kids needing a way of controlling their life because choices are limited, and so he's like, yeah, okay, mate, you can have that choice there, you can have this choice here, but you still get them to do the thing you needed to do. So that was the bad, but we're kind of turning it around. God knows how tired he's going to be today after last night with his grandma and granddad, but we shall see. Yeah. You haven't got a bad, have you?
I haven't got a bad.
Excellent.
Right, and that's another good.
Mate, that's another good.
That's another good.
I don't have a bad.
Double good.
Ugly.
Ugly. Oh, well, the ugly is just this constant shit show that the Labour government want to just... You know, we're like, 1 week it's the EHCPs, then it's like, we're going to do this, then it's like, we're going to think about scrapping the Sen tribunals.
Yeah, but there was very quickly a response from the saying, "Oh yeah, no,
one day
we've got no plans to do that."
It's in the Law Gazette, which is not like reading. No, like it's not like reading the Sun or the News of the World of the old days. No, it's the Law Gazette. Yeah, they don't make articles up in there for clickbait. No, it's a bona fide article. Yeah. Next day they send out a spokesman because the whole like Sen community went, "Are you fucking serious about this?" Yeah. And like, again, no children's charities come out and gone, "This is a great idea. Yeah, let's go with that." And they've just sent a spokesperson and go, "We've got no intention at this moment in time of doing anything like this. We completely disagree with this article."
And that's just politics speak. That's like, because how often do they say, "Oh, we've got no plans of doing this with universal credit"? No. Well, like, but you still did it. You said you didn't have plans, but you still did it. So
we will protect pensioners.
Yeah, exactly. They always say it.
So, and I think I read something like, you remember like the old TV show Yes Minister, like Show My Age here. It's like the only way you know if a policy is true is when they come out to deny it. Yeah. And that's the indication.
If they ignore it otherwise.
Yeah, they ignore it. Yeah. As soon as they come out and deny something, it's like, okay, it's true.
Because there is, when they say there's no smoke without fire, like.
So all we know now is from inside information is that they were going to sort of announce it this week.
Yeah.
They've backtracked on it. We're gonna push it through to autumn, October time.
Yeah.
And then you can deal with it. And just the way it's going at the moment, the only way I can kind of understand it in my head, because they seem to be throwing every week. There seems to be something else they're throwing out at some parents.
Yeah.
Not just autistic, but anybody who's got a child with additional needs. It's like you're in a boat. There's a leak in it. And then rather than the government then goes, rather than just focus on that leak, what we'll do is we'll punch her and put loads of leaks in there, and that'll take your mind off that one leak because there's loads of them to deal with now. And that's the only way I'm like trying to get my head, because people are coming up to us. We've read the comments on social media going, "What next?
Yeah,
we can't keep up."
Yeah,
and like we can't keep up with the amount of shit they're trying to throw in this community. And you kind of think, is this a tactic?
Yeah,
are they like, if we throw so many, some of it we'll be able to get through.
It feels like it, and
we can do a trade-off and go, we'll take that one back, but that one's got to go through.
Exactly,
you know what I mean, guys?
That's exactly how it
feels.
Come
on, help me out here.
Yeah,
50-50.
Yeah.
Like, well, how about don't be?
Yeah.
Dropping it in again. Sorry, guys,
that's
slipped out.
That's the second one in 6 episodes. That's not too bad.
Just don't be.
Yeah. And the thing is, again, it's with a Labour government. Like, I don't know, it just
Labour by name.
Yeah, that's it. It's just
what goes through your minds?
It's mental. It's
what
nuts.
What goes through your mind?
And the other thing, interestingly, was the post that we put up about tagging your MPs. That had a really good response. Lots of people tagged their MPs.
Was it over 200 MPs were tagged in there?
How many of those MPs responded?
I think in total, none.
Yeah. Not a huge surprise. I think I hoped.
I hope one would just come
I hope
and go.
One might,
even an opposition MP would come out and go,
"Oh yeah,
this is a great opportunity.
That'd be good. Yeah,
I'm dead against
a reformer
this."
or a Tory jumps in and goes, "Actually, I've got something to say."
Actually, we don't think disabled children need a harder time than they've already got. But it was for us. It just demonstrated like the MPs. They will do what they're told by their paymasters.
Yeah,
they can't even think for themselves anymore. They can't even come out and publicly say, I disagree with this.
No.
Because, let's be honest, it's all about their career.
That was low-hanging fruit, that was. I mean, that was low-hanging fruit for an MP to come in and win.
I mean, the question was, are you against the abolition of SEND tribunals? Yes or no?
It wasn't even saying, are you against reform?
No.
To the tribunal process. It's like, it was, are you against scrapping it? And they couldn't say no.
Do you believe we should still have... a judicial route to resolving a problem. Yeah. And they couldn't even come out and say no. Not
you could say, look, well, maybe they didn't see it. What are the odds that not a single one...
Some of those MPs were tagged a couple of times.
Yeah, or one of those aides didn't say, listen, Gaffer, you might want to respond to this. Yeah. Like, not one. Nah. No.
Wait till the next general election when there's a pothole that needs fixing. They're all out then. Oh, look at this pothole.
Shall we know, yeah.
Oh, I filled it in myself. Like, what a hero. Fuck off.
So I think probably wrap up and do something for Father's Day. I'm not sure what, but I'm trying to find something to do. I'll go pick my kid up, see if he's happy to see me. I hope everybody has, or had, because actually you're not going to see this till next week. No. So hope everybody had an amazing Father's Day, whatever you did. Exciting. I think it's exciting. You'll all be pleased to know the next episode and most episodes going forward from that point, it's not just going to be me and Andy. You've got to listen to rambling on about our kids. You can hear one of you guys rambling on about yours.
We are getting the dads on.
Keep an eye on your emails and your text messages, guys. Really appreciate everybody filling out that form. We've got a hell of a list to go through.
It's a big list, isn't it?
It's a big old list. So, keep an eye on your emails. We are going to be reaching out about getting you guys booked in. For anyone that doesn't know, we are based in Shrewsbury. So, obviously, availability we know is going to be very difficult for some people. We're in Shrewsbury, pretty much in the middle of the country. So, it's probably quite good that we are where we are as far as accessibility is concerned. But, of course, if anybody can't and you want to do something on like a Zoom call, that's fine too. But I don't know, it'd be great if you could come in. Just think it just feels different having a face to face, but honestly completely understand if you can't, and if you can't, that doesn't mean we're not going to do it. We'll still do it. And amongst all the dads, we're going to get some professionals and experts in.
Every so often we'll drop in an expert.
Yep.
And we'll let you know who the expert is, get some questions in there.
Yeah.
And again, we want experts that say it like us, really, just quite blunt, can explain it very simply. We don't need all the jargon and all the clinical way of saying things. Just explain it to us so we can understand.
100%.
And hopefully that'll be good.
Yeah, cool. Again, thank you, mate. Number 6.
No problem at all. Done and dusted.
Yeah.
I'm off to Dirty Rascals to have a dance with Mercedes.
Dirty Rascals.
So,
Mercedes and Candy.
It's Mercedes and Candy. You again.
Yeah.
So
all right, mate.
See you soon.
See you later, guys.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.